ESP back again. Hey, how's it going? Wow, did I just see an interesting video? I was looking for Klipsch RF7111 reviews. Now it's weird because I wasn't really looking, well, yeah, I was looking for a review, but I wanted to hear other people's opinions on them. And you can't really find too many different opinions on the R73s. Like you've got that company that sells them. And they do a comparison against the Forte 4 versus the Klipsch R7. It's a pretty close comparison as far as that is concerned. And then I just ran into this random video. This guy had a great room. It was all wood floor, zero acoustic treatment, you know, so, but he had these R7s and they were like, I don't know, like 15 miles apart. And I get it because he's got a pretty big room, and his name's Z something. I don't know. I just discovered his channel. Well, for the last 2 hours, I've been watching his frickin' channel. Like the guy is fucking hilarious. He gave me an idea because I've got Klipsch R7s and I've got Klipsch 8000 Mark IIs, and I know a lot of people hate on Klipsch. I don't really care. Klipsch are like freaking awesome to me. I own like, what do I own? I started way back in the day with KG 5.2s, R28Fs, original little center channels. You know, I've graduated to the 504. Sure, I'd like the 6.4, but that's just not, I'm not spending that kind of money on a center channel. Center channels are kind of like, whatever anyway. They're just for really intelligibility. And he gave me this frickin' super wicked idea. And I don't know if he believes in isolation on speakers and that. I don't care. That's fine. He's got a totally, he does most of his stuff in his basement, and his basement is unfinished. So he's like got concrete walls, and he's got like drapes hanging, and he's got a theater room here, and he's got a theater room over there, and he's got like a testing area here, and he's got a speaker corral over there, and it's like his whole basement. Like, I'm wondering if this guy is married, and he is actually, because I seen him with his wife at a headphone thing, and you know, he's a bigger guy, you know, I mean, he's probably a little heavier than I am. I'm a natural 6 foot 200 and, well, not natural. I shouldn't say that. I should be about 220, about 237, and working on it. I broke my leg real bad, and well, let me tell you, 7 years, 4 years before I could even ride my Harley again, because I couldn't use the rear brake. It was my right leg. So if anyone of you guys is out there riding Harleys, you know that and if it's not ABS, you can't just pull a lever, right? You can't just pull a lever. You actually got to use the rear brake. And I've never ridden an ABS bike, so I don't even really know if that's even true. So I'm just speculating on a Harley ABS system. I'm old school. My Harley's old. I'm old. My car's old. Some of my equipment is brand fucking new, but it has to be because it just goes through HE double hockey sticks. Anyway, Klipsch speakers. What he did was he lifted the back end, because the Klipsch speaker sits like this, the 8000 Mark II, and so does the R7. And I was like, I remember installing them like a long time ago. Like the 8000s come with them already installed, and they got these stupid feet on them. They're just stupid. I'm almost tempted to take them off, actually, but I probably won't. Well, I might. I don't know. We'll see. And then just put them on isolation stands, and then they're directly facing you like this. But I looked at my R82Fs, I think, and they're built almost identical. So Klipsch has been building these speakers for quite a while. So that means that, like, if sound was coming, like, it would just kind of go like this. You know what I mean? And I always kind of suspected that. I did. Like, I really did. And because the 8000s are shorter than my 7 RF7s, and I'm running, you know, 2 on each side, you know, I was DAC and changing DACs and doing this. I mean, I'm sure you've seen some of my reviews. And I prefer the AKM DAC over the Sabre DAC, and that's just a sound thing. But, so anyway, I took some more of my isolation pucks. I think I showed you them the other day. And I put them on underneath the back end of the R7, and then I removed my isolation stands from the front of the 8000. So that brings them down. They're still isolated because they're on isolation wall treatment. And I turned the stereo on for a bit. And I can't believe it. The sound's coming right at me. Like, I knew the sound was always coming right at me. But you know, you like if you sit in a chair, and I sit in like an office chair when I'm listening to music and stuff like that, and, you know, text on my phone and check Facebook out, listen to music, and sometimes I'm just like this, you know, watching VU meters. I'm like anybody else. I do different things when I'm listening to music, and that system can go so loud, like so loud, where the Apple Watch is like, "Hey, get out of the fucking room," because it's got that loudness protection shit on it. Anyway, like I said, he just raised the back end of the of his 8000s with a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. And of course, I'm a contractor, so like, I mean, I got that shit kicking around all over the place. So I just basically did exactly the same thing, but in reverse on the front of the 8000s. And he had 8060s, and I don't know if he had the Mark 1 or the Mark 2. I would say it's the Mark 2 because he has that speaker that's on top, like the Atmos speaker, so designed for home theater. But I'm using mine in a hi-fi sense, you know, like mid to hi-fi. Like, it's not a fucking Sonus Faber, it's not a fucking Bang & Olufsen, it's a Klipsch. It's 2 Klipsches, and I like Klipsch. I don't give a shit what anyone says. Klipsch to me are just, they're so dynamic, they're so fun, they're just, oh, like, they've got these Polk Audios R7s in the shop where I'm from, and everyone reviews them, and everyone says they're just awesome, and everyone, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. But I don't think they're going to be as fun, because I even listened to years and years ago, I've never heard of Polk Audio speaker that was fun, other than the the SDAs. The bloodsuckers, you know, that are like 17 feet fucking tall, and, you know, you hook up your Macintosh to them, and they just suck your Macintosh down so fucking much. They're just bloodsuckers, but they sound fucking crazy. You gotta tie them in together with a wire for balance, kind of like a monoblock situation where you'd have a block here and a block here, and they'd run each speaker. The only reason I don't own monoblocks is they're not biampable. You know, I've never run into one. I seen one on AliExpress, though, Chinese made, that is biampable, and I would consider that for different reasons than you think. But anyway, because you don't need to biamp a Klipsch, but you do have to biamp other speakers, especially when they're in the 6 ohm or they're a really hard speaker to drive. Biamping is a huge thing. I really don't care what anyone says. Well, I do care what anyone says, but when you're 6 ohm and you're 87 dB, like, biamping can make a huge, huge difference. I tried that in home theater when I, you know, had the 505 LX or the VSX LX 505. You can biamp with that. The RZ50, you can biamp with that. Yeah, this is home theater, of course. You can biamp with the RZ70. You could probably biamp with a lot of Denons, even though I'm not a huge Denon fan. I know you can biamp with an Anthem because I've installed, I don't know, 3 or 4 of them. And I just hate the operating system of an Anthem. And it's not that I hate it, it's I don't know it. Like, does that make sense? I don't know it. And if you fire up an Onkyo, it's identical to a Pioneer. And if you look at a Denon, it's designed kind of like a, you know, like the one out of all four that are confusing is the Yamaha. The Yamaha to me is like, and that's a tweaker's paradise. That's what they say. But I don't like Yamaha. I never have. I don't like the sound. I don't like the sound of a Yamaha. I have listened to, and you got to remember this, man. If you have a Yamaha, do not take that personally. I don't care if you got a 4, a 6, an A6, or whatever. Whether they're probably fucking great, man. They just, not to my ear. Not to my ear. You know, I'm an Onkyo, Pioneer, Integra kind of guy. I don't know why. I have been for a long time, and, you know, it's not that I can't change my ways. It's not that I can't change my ways. I have this Pioneer fascination, and because you can't buy Pioneer anymore, well, guess what? I'm buying frickin' Onkyo and looking for an Integra. Anyway, that was an experience with the Klipsch. I look forward to maybe some heavier listening, maybe this evening. Lighter listening, maybe, than making my Apple Watch go, fuck you. Yeah. Pretty cool idea. Definitely cool. Makes the speaker straight. Makes the speaker straight and the soundstage come to you and not go over your head. It's brilliant. It's like 007 shit. Anyway, have a good day.